Hello and welcome back to more Football Manager 2019 with me, Mr. Grantu, and episode 29 of Monaco. And before we start, I just wanted to have a quick look at some key stats in Ligue 1 this season for our team. And defensively, we've done pretty well. Only 19 goals conceded so far. But as you can see, that's considerably weaker than Lyon, who are going to be our first opponents today, but also PSG. And, we'll look at the league table in a minute, but looking at these stats, you can probably guess what position PSG are in. Games scored in a row, dominant on that one with 7. We're not even in the top half there. And that's really been the issue. If we look at goals as well, we're third on that, 49 goals, which is great. But PSG way ahead of us on 61, and that really has been the difference. We'll go to the league table because that really tells the story that we need it to. Let's start with the positive then. We do have a game in hand against PSG and 2 games in hand against Saint Etienne, and we're going to need to win them because we find ourselves in third on 56 points. 1 point behind Saint Etienne, that's easy to make up, but a far more substantial 9 points behind PSG. The last 2 seasons we've kind of had it a bit easy, a bit comfortable, and this time, if we're going to retain our title, it's going to be a bit more of a challenge. And frankly, it's a challenge that at the moment, I don't think we're quite up to. PSG's mega money signings seem to have finally started doing the trick for them. So as you can see from the table and now from our results, our form has been patchy since last time. The 4 games played, the 2 cup ones, were brilliant. We smashed Lille 4-0, a hat-trick from Ronnie Lopez and a goal from Willem Gebels. He's done well recently, ever since I slagged him off. 4-0 win. We're into the final of the Coupe de la Ligue. We can hopefully retain our title there. A 5-0 win against Sochaux as well. Just a brutally brilliant performance. I played a full-strength side. I really want to win the Coupe de France. It's the only domestic trophy we are yet to win, so hopefully we can do that. But then in the league, what should have been 2 absolutely cast-iron victories, 6 points, is only 2. 2 back-to-back home draws against massively inferior opposition. Nîmes were in 14th place. I played a rotated side. Their form was dreadful. Going into this one, and it was a 1-1 draw. We took the lead through Jorrit Hendricks. They equalised. Hendricks then got sent off after scoring the goal, and Dennis Bouanga, their goal scorer, also got sent off late on, but it made no difference for us. We ended up drawing that one, and then very disappointingly, I shouted at the players. They didn't really seem to listen. I played a full strength side against Montpellier, and we still ended up drawing 0-0. It was a pretty boring game, but a pretty textbook FMing as well, although we did at least get away with winning with a point. Ordinarily, in this sort of situation, 7 shots on target to their 1, 24 shots in total, we would probably have lost. So the fact that we didn't is at least a blessing. So today we turn our attention to Lyon. They're currently in 4th place. We need to win if we're going to have any semblance of a chance of getting our league title back. We've already played PSG twice. We've already failed to beat them in both of those matches, a defeat and a draw for us, so it's going to be pretty tricky. We're going to be relying on them losing to Lyon, losing to Marseille, losing to Saint Etienne, and hoping they can slip up somewhere, because there's really nothing we can do about it. If they really somehow manage to go on and win all of their matches, even if we do too, it will be them who bring the title back to Paris, which is not something we want. We are also going to be playing the first leg of our Champions League knockout round against Atletico Madrid, which should be an interesting contest. The second leg of that will be next time as well. And before we start as well, I just wanted to mention I have been a little bit cheap, and I've snatched up some players whose contracts are expiring, and I've signed them purely as a money-making exercise, purely to sell them on. So the big name there, Renato Sanchez, will be joining us in the summer. He's currently on loan at AC Milan. Now, if we have a look at the contract we've given him, you'll see what I mean by being a bit cheeky and signing a player solely to make money on them. We've signed Sanchez up. He's going to be on a 4-year deal. He's going to be on £37,500 a week, which is actually pretty reasonable. We're giving him a £250,000 signing on fee. But the reason I've got him to join is because I've promised him he'll get £130,000 after playing 5 matches. But I hate to break it to him. Don't tell him. I'll keep it a secret if you do. He's not going to play 5 matches. He's not going to play any matches. Maybe one, just for the hilarity of it. But he's not going to play any matches. I'm just going to hopefully loan him out for the entirety of his wage next season. And if not, he can just sit in the reserves. And then in January or in the summer, if he's out on loan, we can just offer him out, sell him, even if we only sell him for something like £10 million, certainly assuming if we've loaned him out, it'll be a pretty massive profit. Other players that we've done that for, Riccardo Orsolini, the other big name, he's on a similar kind of contract. He's joining us on a free transfer from Juventus in the summer. The one other player I've also agreed a deal for is Armin Jerlek. Armin Jerlek, we'll go with that. Pretty good Serbian attacking midfielder, looks okay. He's not on a particularly crazy contract. He doesn't have the potential wage rise after 5 games to that level anyway, so he's one that could potentially play, but I don't think he's particularly good, and we do have a surplus of attacking midfielders, so he's probably one that would just be loaned out and we'd look to sell on as well. But a worthwhile money-making exercise there. One other big piece of news in terms of departures is Boschelia. He is no longer at the club, albeit temporarily, potentially, maybe, hopefully not. He's on loan at Juventus for the rest of the season. They're paying all of his wages. They're also paying us £200,000 a month, which means we're going to get at least, I think, maybe 1.2 million out of them as a result of this. And the deal has, I wanted it to be a mandatory future fee of £24 million. He rejected that, which is very annoying. But it's an optional one, which hopefully they'll take up and hopefully he'll accept. So potentially £24 million coming for Boschelia for us. But at the very least, he's not here at the moment. All of his wages are being paid and we're making a bit of money from him as well. So without further ado, we best get on with the games. I'm not feeling particularly optimistic about them today. I'm just having a quick look. I'm sorry if you can't really see this. I play the game on windowed mode for the most part, just purely because when it comes to recording and checking everything else, it's just easier on my really rubbish computer that's completely inappropriate for running Football Manager. But anyway, on this screen we can see our players' average ratings for the last 5 matches, and while there's quite a few players over a 7, the vast majority of the team over a 7, including our defence, goalkeeper, wingers, and our striker. Even Alexander Golovin in the last 5 games is averaging over a 7. The 2 players that are kind of letting us down at the moment are our midfielders. Yuri Tielemans on a 6.98, which is pretty reasonable, but Adrien Rabiot is on a 6.86, which is not awful, but compared to the standard of the rest of our team, not especially brilliant. And considering that his overall average rating for the season is only 6.95, that's somewhat concerning. Which means that I'm going to bring in Jorrit Hendricks for this one. He's sort of more comfortable in the role. They have similar role suitability, but I think he's just sort of slightly more balanced. Hopefully he won't get sent off this time. Otherwise then the team is pretty standard. Lafont in goal, Mendy, Martinez, De Ligt and Sidibe the defenders, Balde, Hendricks, Tielemans and Skov going across the middle, and then Golovin and Schick up front. Lyon still with their incredibly frighteningly powerful team. Most of their top quality players that they have at the start of the game still there. They've still got Lopez, they've still got Depay, Fekir, Traore, Dembele, Aouar as well, Tete too. They've also got Pontus Jansson, which I think is really nice. Donny van de Beek on the bench, of course. He scored the equaliser in the last time we played them, which was a draw, but a win is definitely needed today. Don't tell them to prove a point, because they need to prove a point. It's a chance though for Lyon. Aouar has the ball, driving run from him. It's bounced back to Nandez. Our defence has been pretty solid, but not on this occasion. Nabil Fekir with a excellent strike into the corner of the goal, and Lyon have the lead. I mean, no real pressure on Nandez. Bit of delayed pressure there. Huge amount of space for Fekir. Some closing down, not much of it. He gets the shot away, and once again, what I've said I wanted, we don't get. We find ourselves behind, and we drop down to 3rd with that. Not great. It was another chance for Lyon. Traore heads just wide for them. Nothing happening in the first half as far as we're concerned so far, which is somewhat concerning. Very disappointing. I don't know what's gotten into them. 3 games, now of disappointing performances. Just the one goal in those 3 games. Massive contrast to the previous parts of the season. We need a big upturn here. Okay. Balde going forwards. It's a weak pass intercepted by Leon, and Memphis Depay running easily past Sidibe, flicks the ball across, which Martinez heads away, but it's come down to Fekir, and he's once again smashed it into the goal. Other side this time, and just like against PSG, we are sinking without a trace. We have had it very easy the last 2 seasons, so this was kind of perhaps inevitable that the other teams would catch up to us. But it's disappointing nevertheless. Always going to be difficult to win the league 3 straight years. Well, it's safe to say my decision to start Jorrit Hendricks has been absolutely dreadful. He's been awful. Golovin not going to improve his rating in this match, that's for sure. We'll leave Schick. In fact, no, we're going to take Schick off as well. Skov running forwards. It's bounced, and I think we've got a penalty. No, Nandez has been sent off. Not a penalty, just a free kick, which we don't get to see. So obviously we didn't. Oh no, we do get to see it, and Skov scores. Okay, I take it back. Robert Skov with his 10th goal of the season. Already a better season for him than last year. Excellent free kick, as he so often does. He runs to get the ball. He knows we're back in this. He knows it's not over. We need to find an equaliser from somewhere. But Fekir, we nearly missed it. He saved by Lafont. Fekir with a free kick of his own. That would have been game over. We get away with it. 15 minutes left. I think we have to probably should go attacking for the last 5 minutes. It's not going to do anything, is it? I don't think. We're going to find a way, unless Skov's got another free kick. It bounced against the wall. It came to Keita Balde. And if one of our wingers doesn't get you, the other one will. Skov hits the wall. It bounced kindly for Balde. The goalkeeper, Lopez, dived. Balde's shot hit about 4 different people there. Very, very fortunate, but I don't really care. This is one game I'm very happy to draw. And given the position we were in, 2-0 down, I will take that. It's not over yet, though. Thankfully, we have the ball. Skov running forwards. Please don't give it away. Rabiot going towards the goal. Flicks a shot just wide. That was close. I'm going to probably go balanced again. I would like another goal, but I don't want to concede. And it looks like we are going to concede. Vargas flicks the ball across. Sidibe blocks it. Balde shoves it straight down the pitch, and Pellegri's there. If he can find a ball, Lopez is unmarked. He scores. Ronnie Lopez on as a substitute, unmarked. Maybe he should be starting in the attacking midfield role. I don't know. He usually has a very good impact as a substitute. That's what we're going to use him for. Great counter-attack. Absolutely brutal. What a cross. And brilliant first-time finish from Lopez. And Antonio Lopez in the Lyon goal can only palm it in. And wow, we have recovered from 2-0 down. They weren't both in the first half, were they? I'm not going to get that achievement, I don't think. I think I've already got it anyway. But a recovery from 2-0 down to win 3-2 if we can hold on. And that is one of the best results we've had in the entire save, I think. And that result sees us go back above Saint Etienne into second place in the league, level on games now with PSG. So just 6 points behind them, which is, it's not great, is it? It's not great, but it's could be a lot worse. Well, a result like that just lifts you, really, doesn't it? And that's given us huge amounts more confidence as we go into the Champions League knockout rounds against Atletico Madrid in a few days' time. And now it's time for our Champions League knockout round first leg against Atletico Madrid at home at the Stade Louis II Stadium. The team is as it was for the game against Lyon, except that Adrien Rabiot has been restored to the side after I unfairly criticised him and it nearly cost us. Well, a very fearsome looking side from Atletico. Jan Oblak in goal. Still Lucas Hernandez at left back. Jimenez centre back alongside Jorge Mere. Arias at right back. Of course, Gelson Martins, the former player of ours. He's since joined Monaco in real life, but I didn't want him. Koke's still there, of course. Diego Costa. And they still have Antoine Griezmann up front. A very, very dangerous team. But if we can get ourselves a good result here in the first leg, hopefully a win. And already we have the lead from a corner. Keita Balde slotting it in. Very, very tight angle from him. Sidibe, not a corner, very hard to see. Sidibe with a throw-in, flicked on by Schick. Oblak saves. And then Balde with a diving, well, not quite diving, but like, you know, slightly diving header to give us the advantage. De Ligt throws it on, and Mere has been robbed. It's come to Schick, and he puts it just wide on a plate. Defensive lapse from Jorge Mere. Now Griezmann running forwards at speed. He's found Diego Costa on the left. De Ligt, though, with a beautiful tackle, squirms the ball forward for Patrick Schick on a plate, who slots it home. We didn't get to see the tackle, but a beautiful tackle. Costa looks completely bemused there. What a pass forward from De Ligt. The absolute essence, once again, of a counter-attack, just like the Ronnie Lopez goal against Lyon. That was absolutely beautiful. It's 2-0, Skov with a corner. Could have been 3. Balde puts it wide. This game is very good when it goes well, when you have some wonderful stuff like that. We have a big advantage here against Madrid. Rabiot punts it aimlessly forward, though, and Vitolo puts it forwards to Antoine Griezmann. He goes wide. What a goal that is too, unfortunately for the opposition. Antoine Griezmann running around our entire defence. Sloppy play from Rabiot, and great touch from Griezmann. Just runs around the rest of the defence, smashes it home. We have got the advantage going into half-time, but an away goal that we did not want to concede. Sidibe with the throw-in this time. Schick flicks it on, saved by Oblak, and Patrick Schick has scored 2 goals in a match. I've not mentioned that before, but he's only ever scored once in every game that he's played, and he gets 2 at a very crucial time. Not the most convincing of goalkeeping from Jan Oblak, it has to be said. He's on a 6.3 now, but I don't care. It's 3-1. De Ligt with another ball forwards. Schick on a hat-trick now. Tielemans driving forwards, switches out to Balde, across to Schick, and that's his hat-trick. He's never scored more than 1 in a match for us. He scores 3 in 1 game, and what a game to do it in. Champions League knockout football. Brutal play from us again. This time a header from Schick, and it's 4-1. Chance for another away goal for Madrid, though. Koke out to Arias, flicks it over towards Diego Costa. Vitolo's there, not picked up, and it's 4-2. That could prove costly. 4-1 was good. We still have a good advantage, but 2 away goals is going to be difficult to overturn. De Ligt kind of asleep again. He does do that sometimes. And Vitolo with a fine finish. This game's not over yet. 20 minutes left, and a good scoreline for us so far, but not great. Martins with a chance, and Mendy just about forces it wide. Lafont just getting there. Koke with the corner, though. It's come out to Mere. Jimenez bounces off Diego Costa, and we get away with it. Well, still more action here. Balde on the left-hand side goes back in towards Henriks. He's on as a sub, switches over to Skov. Not seen that much from him today. Given away to Lincoln. He's on as a sub for Atletico Madrid. Martinez wins it back, though, and Schick potentially on for a 4th here. Tonali, can he find a ball forwards? He can. To Skov, bounces across. Sidibe out to Henriks. 5 would be nice. We're not going to get it. We want to stop 3 for them, though. Correa smashes it forward to Vitolo, and it's 4-3. And what was initially a really good result is now slightly problematic. 4 goals for us is great. 3 for them, not good. 3 away goals. Once again, the defence, it's not really there, is it? Not particularly great. Their ratings are still good, but not especially outstanding. Scob with a free kick to make it 5. That would have been nice. That would have made it a little bit easier. But we're going to have to go to the Spanish capital in a few weeks' time with only the slenderest of leads and 3 away goals for Atleti, which is going to make it very, very important that we get ourselves at least a couple of away goals. Well, we need 3 away goals if we're going to make them count for anything, which is going to be difficult. It might not be over. It isn't over. And Antoine Griezmann equalises, and we've shipped 4 goals in the home leg of our match, and we don't have any advantage anymore. I hope this does affect our defensive ratings, because that was rubbish. Remember when we were 4-1 up? That was great fun, wasn't it? It's still not over. They could get a winner here. I'm going to shout at them. Maybe I should have made some of those changes. I don't know. It looked good. We were 4-2 up. We were fine. Balde, Sidibe,
Should have been 5. Should have been about 6. But at least I can get cross with them now, because you've thrown away a 4-1 lead, and that is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. Why this game is still going, I don't know. There we go. Well, it was a very action-packed game, but I'm going to get cross with them because that was rubbish. And it's Lisandro Martinez who is at fault for at least one of the goals. I'm going to tell Patrick Schick that he was amazing, though, because he was. A hat-trick, really, really good. But everybody else, pretty rubbish. And that's made it far, far more difficult for us in the second leg. Well, I was very excited there when we were 4-1 up, and even when we were 4-3 up, but that's definitely been dulled somewhat. If we can get ourselves some away goals, then that will make it. It's not a question of that. We need to win the match. We need to win in Madrid. It's as simple as that. A draw is not going to help us at all unless we can somehow score 4 or 5. That's not going to happen. So, well, we'll just have to find out what we do next time. That'll be the next episode. Then we'll be playing Cannes as well. This is a sort of warm-up before that. And then afterwards, we will go on towards the Coupe de la Ligue final. A double header against Reims there. Maybe we could be. So that is going to be the end of the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you do not miss our probable Champions League exit at the hands of Atletico Madrid. And I will see you next time. Also, for anyone that does actually watch the video all the way through, this is the first episode I've recorded with a new microphone that I bought, rather than just the rubbish one inside the computer. So hopefully it does work. If things sound a lot better in this episode, just post a comment or something, let me know, and then I'll know that I've not completely mucked everything up. Bye bye.